Welcome to Geeky Faucets. I'm Christine Lucasavage, and Amy is still gone. And so I wanted to record an extra episode while my mom was here. That's why we're, 2 days or 2 shows in a row, same clothes. But since she's not here, I can do what I want. And I'm taking control. And we all know how, and this is your warning. Right now, I'm talking about Korean dramas. Okay? Because Amy's not here, and I know how much she doesn't care about them, and I care about them, and whatever. And Will Wheaton says being a geek is all about how you love something. And I love a Korean drama.
So do I.
And this is the woman who started it all. I just got back from Korea, and it was like a Korean drama tour for me. I'm like, oh, and here's this place, and here's I went to this one place called Coffee Prince, which was one of the first one. That was the very first one that you should, because you're like, you should watch this. I'm like, no, that's lame. I'm not doing that. It was the first year.
Oh, we started it and you never
started it, and I was like, this is really bad. Like, it was bad. And then I picked it up again, and then I'm like, I love this. And so I went to the coffee shop, and I totally was geeking out. I was so I bought my coffee at Coffee Prince, and I'm like, yeah. So she's the reason for my neuroses. And yeah, so tell us how you got into Korean dramas, Mom, because let's face it, that's not normal. That's not a thing people are generally into here in the US of A. So
well, it's probably about 5 years ago or 6 years ago. So I was in California, and I was working in a Japanese house, which is really kind of weird. I was taking care of the ladies there, and sometimes I would work really late at night. And their favorite thing to do was to watch Korean dramas. They watch 2 hours every night, and that's it. Well, when you work 5 or 6 nights in a row, you get to watch maybe 12 episodes, but you never get to finish. Well, I would get to such a point and go, I gotta finish this.
Yes.
So when they would finish it, they would send it home with me, and I would finish watching it at home. And then the lady I worked for, she goes, you might like this one. It was Coffee Prince. You might like this one. Here, take it home with you.
We affectionately called her the drama pimp.
Yes.
She pimps out dramas.
And so I took Coffee Prince home. Totally loved it. I brought it back, and now I live in Florida, and she sends me like those CD wallets that are like 3 inches thick. I get like 3 of those every so often, filled with all Korean dramas.
So do you remember your very first, your gateway?
My
drama?
very first one was,
Can't remember.
Oh, Powerful Opponents. That was my very first one I watched, was Powerful Opponents.
I have never even heard of that one. Does it have a bad... Okay, my mom gives me suggestions on Korean dramas, and my requirement is the ending has got to be good. Because if the ending sucks, then I'm sad, and I feel like I've wasted my life. My dad watches Korean dramas. I probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, he watches them.
He watches them too.
He won't admit it.
Yes, he won't admit it. He's like, what dramas? I don't watch dramas. Yeah, whatever, Dad. I'll have a 10-minute conversation with you about my favorite freaking drama. Our favorite kiss scene in our favorite drama. Seriously. Anyways, but, don't tell him I told you. Now I lost what I was going to say. Shoot.
Bang. I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Whatever. Oh, yeah. I'd never even heard of... Oh, the happy endings. My dad and I do not like endings that are sad, because at the end, the guy should get the girl. The proper guy should get the girl. Although in one of the dramas that I really liked, the proper guy did not get the girl, and I was very mad. But on the other hand, the guy who got the girl, his name is Lee Min-ho. He's one of my mom's favorites.
Yes.
And he got the girl, and I'm like, all right, fine. As long as his hair in that one, that was Boys Over Flowers. His hair in that one,
I agree.
Had a big problem with that. Like, dude's good looking, but with that hair, you're like, ew, you're kind of skeevy. It's it's kind of...
City Hunter is much better in City Hunter.
City Hunter's a very, very, very good one. Speaking of, and I went to some places they filmed City Hunter too. And
you're so funny.
So, I'm sure you've seen on Facebook how I'm learning to, trying to learn Korean, and this is why, because of the dramas, but they're actually pretty good.
They're awesome.
You just have to get over, like, the acting. Because the acting it's dramatic. it's like overacting a lot of times.
Sometimes.
A lot of times. And the girls like to be very whiny a lot of the time, which
That's true.
like they fake cry and it's funny. You're like, really? Just stop. But I mean, if you look past it,
the stories are so good.
They are really good, and people don't believe me.
And you got to take culture into consideration when you watch these.
Yeah, and people
you really got to take culture into consideration.
Which the Korean culture is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it just,
I mean, it takes them 15 episodes just to hold hands.
I know, but the thing of it is though, is when you watch like American TV a lot of times, I mean, they jump into bed, at the drop of the hat. They're like, oh, I like you, and they're doing it. In the Korean dramas, like, seriously, when they hold hands, there's been a few of them where I'm like, oh my God, please hold hands. Oh my God. And then they'll hold hands and like, like totally.
It's so different. The culture is so different.
It's very different. And it's very cool and it's very refreshing. I think you should just try it. If, you probably have turned this off by now, and if you've made it this far, congratulations. You are a true fan of the show. But you at least try it. Like the big gateway one, I think, is Playful Kiss.
Playful Kiss, or if you're a real action person,
City Hunter. So Playful Kiss has one of my favorites.
Coffee Prince too.
Coffee Prince is a very good one. But Playful Kiss has one of my favorites, Kim Hyun-joong.
Mm-hmm.
He also sings. He's on my iPod or my iPhone, as it were. I just downloaded a new song of his today. It's called Unbreakable. It's lovely. We listened to it a few times in the car on the way to swim lessons today. Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome. My whole MP3 player has got a couple thousand songs. They're all Korean
all in Korean, which is why we need to learn how to speak Korean. But anyway, so this Playful Kiss one is definitely a gateway. It's actually based off of a manga. And when I found this out, my dad is very into Playful Kiss. I think pretty sure that's his favorite drama of all time. And he's watched it in
Korean. He's watched it in Taiwanese, and we're going to watch it in Japanese. And
so I found out about the manga, and my dad had mentioned something, or Mom, somebody mentioned it. And so I said, oh, I'm going to get that for Dad for Christmas for the next, however long it takes to get through the series of mangas. Excuse me, it's mangas. I just learned it's manga, not manga. Anyway, so I started buying them for my dad, and then one day one had to get sent to me just because of the way it was ordered or something, however it happened. And I started reading it. And then I'm like, oh, this is so good. So Mom came today and brought the first 3 with me. And so I get them sent to me, and then I send them to my dad.
And I'm reading the 6th one.
Yeah, we're on 6. I think, no, that's not the newest one. There's 8 of them.
I know, it's the newest one you got.
Oh, the newest one I got you is the wedding one.
It's the wedding one. It was
the wedding one. So anyway, we really like a Korean drama.
I don't pretty much watch normal TV anymore. I'm pretty much watch the Korean dramas all the time, every evening.
But there's so many of them out there, and they're even on Netflix, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
there's a whole section, and there's even, if you are curious, they have a couple apps on your phone that you can get. It's Viki. It's Viki.com is where you can watch a whole bunch of dramas for free, and DramaFever.com. But you can also get an app. So when I work out, I get my little phone. I find my drama. I watch Sun Ken Kwan Scandal on the elliptical.
I got a tablet for Christmas, and one of the first things I downloaded was Drama Fever, so I could watch Great Seer, which is what I'm watching now.
Who's in that one? Anybody I know?
Ji-sung.
Who's that one? Mom knows all the names. I don't ever know their names. I'm like,
I'm trying to figure out what, I don't know if you've seen that.
Maybe not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
But anyways, he's the Great Seer in that one. It's really good.
I have so many I need to watch, but it's so hard to watch when I have children around. My husband hasn't come around yet, although going to Coffee Prince. So, we went to the coffee shop there, and Justin's like, I kind of want to see this one. So we will be watching Coffee Prince with my husband. Hopefully he will really love the dramas, and then we'll get him to watch City Hunter, because I want him to watch the places that we saw, just so he can see them. Yeah. Because for me, I was like freaking out and being like, oh my God, this is this and this, and he's like, okay.
I would probably be right with you with the whole...
Yeah, no, seriously, I was so surprised at how, I was literally sitting in Coffee Prince and I could not stop smiling. I was so happy to be there because it was the place. We came walking around the corner and I'm like, well, that's the place. That's where they were. That's where...
And you told me you were very excited about seeing all their autographs on the wall.
Yeah, they had all their autographs on the wall that said, thank you, Coffee Prince, and all that stuff. From what I hear is that building that the Coffee Prince was filmed in, it was actually just nothing, and they actually built it up for the drama.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Which is kind of cool, and they're all wearing the same like aprons that they wore in the. I'm telling you, I seriously had some. And then I don't even know why I didn't even think about this, but I took this picture of this wall with mugs, and my mom's like, "Yeah, can you buy those mugs?" And I was like,
I would love the cup. I would love the mud from the cup.
What? I would have too, and now I'm like kicking myself for not doing it. And I'm like, seriously, Christine, what's wrong with you? Golly.
Duh.
Well,
now it's my turn. I'll have to go.
Well, I'm carrying your suitcase for you. I'm just saying. So, but anyway, I'm going to cut it off there. I'm only going to do a short show this week, just so you know, because Amy's not here and she can't stop me.
I will say one thing. You will never understand what motivates us until you actually watch one. There's no words to really describe what they're all about.
Yeah.
You could try, but until you actually watch one, you won't get it.
And it's true, because I made fun of my mom so much. I'm like, you are such a dork, and I can't even handle it, and that's dumb, and I'm not watching that, and blah, blah, blah. And now I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, just watch one.
Like, I'm in the middle. Every time I watch a drama, I'm like, Mom! Oh my gosh! Blah, blah, blah. My mom's like, I know, it's like great, I'm cute. Like, seriously, we're like,
they're so much fun.
They really are.
So
They really are. So, but anyway, I will leave it at that. Short show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for putting up with me.
You've made her happy.
And yes, thank you for making me happy. And yeah, we'll see you next time. And it'll be much more on the normal side, less Korean going on.
She's got it out of her system now.
Yes, I'm very, very happy. So anyway, we'll see you next time. Okay, so as soon as I said goodbye and I stopped the video camera, my mom's like, oh, we should have talked about G.I. Joe and blah, blah, blah. Hello? Duh, of course. We talk about Storm Shadow all the time on the show.
Yes.
And now Storm Shadow, who is also known as...
Lee Byung-hun.
He is my mom's favorite. I actually just bought her...
Favorite actor.
Yeah, I bought her a calendar, a Lee Byung-hun calendar from Korea. And she's like, I'm not going to open until I get home. Wait, anyway. I also bought her Lee Min-ho Post-its, too. Which I think are lovely. Anyway, so Lee Byung-hun, he is Storm Shadow, which you heard my haiku about his glistening abs. That was lovely.
Oh, that was lovely.
Mm-hmm. And so we, and what you also probably know too is that Red 2 is coming out tomorrow, but this will be last week because this show is going to be for next week. So, yeah, Red 2 is coming out, and we're going to go see it. And because Lee Byung-hun is in it, and he's actually one of the few Korean actors who's actually crossed over. Mm-hmm. Like he's huge in Korea. I think he's like the #1 actor. Yeah, he's massive. And I read in a magazine that a fan signing thing, he can draw like 40,000 people. Can you believe that? So anyway. Yeah, we're gonna go do that, and yeah, it should be really, really fun. So that was our side. I can't believe I forgot to tell you that. I'm looking forward to seeing Red 2. I know. Just for that. A good story for that one is because of G.I. Joe, Bruce Willis was so impressed with Lee Byung-hun that he invited him to come play in Red 2. I think I actually even told that story. Oh, I didn't know if you did or not. Yeah, I did. But yeah, so I was very excited for that. Yeah, so it should be a good movie. We're going to go have a date tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Mm-hmm. Maybe get some Korean food. Ooh, okay, I'm done now. For real. We'll see you next time.